Hello budget amigos, this is Tim with Astrophotography, budget astrophotography. I want to go over today, now you've got your telescope, you got your camera, and you've probably even got your first image. And by now you've probably got it stacked, you've learned about deep sky stacker and all that. Now you need to process it. And the processing part is probably the most important part. After you done figured out all the other things, now you got to learn this new thing called processing. So I kind of want to go over a beginner's aspect of Photoshop. For you guys, it's got your first image. Now you want to see it. You want to see what you can do with it. So I'm going to go over that. This is not an expert version of Photoshop. This is strictly for the beginner that wants to learn it and grow in it. There's other programs out there, but Photoshop seems to be the most popular for beginners. So that's what we'll explain and go over today. All right, now we got a cluster that I've taken, which, to be honest with you, the quality is just awful bad. I think there was a full moon that night or close to it, so there's a lot of elements going on with it. It's not perfect. But most of the time your images are not going to be perfect. So you're going to have to work on them in processing to work out the light pollution, adjust the colors and so forth. So this is what we're going to do. I got my image right out of Deep Sky Stacker. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to mode, and I'm going to convert it to a 16-bit channel. The reason for that is because a lot of adjustments won't work in the 32-bit, so you have to convert it to 16-bit. So remember, mode, convert it to 16-bit channel. Drag this over here. The next thing you want to do is where it says method, you want to go into exposure and gamma. Exposure and gamma, and hit that. Click OK. Then you're going to have your image here, which really don't look like much. The next thing we want to do is go to Image, Adjustment, Levels. Let me drag this over here from another screen. And we're going to pull the middle slider right down towards where this bar or data is setting. We're going to pull it close to that. We don't want to clip it. If you go too far, this is what happens. So we want to bring it right close to it where it's not clipping. We're going to say OK. Then we're going to go to Image, Adjustment, Levels one more time. And we're going to bring the black point up to close to that bar, right in there. Not too dark. If you go too far, so you start clipping your data, it starts disappearing on you. So you don't want to clip your data. You just want to kind of get it where it gets dark, but you can still see your data. Click OK. Now it's beginning to look more balanced than everything else. It's more darker. It ain't such gray looking color. Now we want to go into Adjustment, Curves. Drag this over here too. Now you can see it. Okay. Now this is your data setting in here. So what we want to do is we want to start adjusting it. Kind of see what we got. That's really adjusting too far out, so you start blowing it out. Bring this back down a little bit. You don't want to blow it all out. What happens, and what I mean by blowout, you'll start, these stars will become distorted and all the information just kind of just blows itself out. Hit OK on that for your first stretch. You kind of get a look at what I'm doing. Hit OK. Go back to Image, Adjustment, Levels. Now you want to pull your black point back down to where you, to about right in there. And the reason for that is because when we stretch it, it stretches everything. it messes with the background, it lightens everything up, so we have to bring it back down. Then we're going to do another stretch, adjustments, curves. We're going to bring it back up. Still working on it. Don't want to blow them stars out, so we just keep working on it. Bring that down just a little bit. Hit OK. We're going to go back to adjustment, levels. And we're going to bring that back down, keep on adjusting it. Don't want to clip the data, but just bring it down to where it starts looking good. A lot of people like a really dark, but that's not natural. You want to run probably around about a 30, I'd say about a 30-35%. Anything over that starts looking unnatural, to me anyway. Alright, this is M13 by the way. Go back to adjustment, curves. We'll see if we can keep stretching, get a little more out of it. Just go easy with it. So you start, see right there where it starts blowing out that core? This became this solid white. That's what you don't want to do. So what I'm going to have to do is bring that back down, because I want to see the stars in that core, not just some white blob. Alright, hit OK. You guessed it. Adjustment, levels. We're going to bring that back down to where we like it. Now it's beginning to look like something. Alrighty. But you can see over here our green channel is kind of off. All this is kind of out of balance over here. The colors are. We're going to deal with that in just a minute. I might try to get one more stretch out of it. So image, adjustment, curves. Pull it up a little more. Don't want to get too much. Bring that back down. I want to keep that core looking good. Alrighty. One more time. Adjustment, levels. Bring that back down. Okay. Now you kind of notice we got a good stretch out of it. But it's kind of turned green on us a little bit. But we'll take care of that also. There you got a pretty good picture. You just got to get rid of the green there. So what we want to do, this is for the beginners, and we're beginners. Go to adjustment. Let me find that right here. Exposure. Drag that over here. Now you can play around with this exposure. That will darken it. Remember, too much. See how it's getting blown out here? So that kind of gives more of a detail right in that neighborhood. It really looks nice. The offset I wouldn't mess with. Now you can start bringing the gamma back up just a little to get your color back. So this is where we were right here. So we're going to bring that gamma correction up. Not too much, going right in there. Offset don't really do a lot. We can come down with the offset a little bit, gets a little darker. Right there. Okay. Now if we stop there, you'd have a good image. It's really pretty quick. Not much at all. These little steps. Alrighty. Now we're going to try to balance out the color. So we need to go to image, adjustment, channel mixer, and bring that over here. Now, a lot of you are going to wonder where I got this from, this histogram. And like I said, this is for beginners. When I started watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to work Photoshop and astrophotography, everybody had all these open. I said, where'd they come from? I didn't even know. So you go to this right here where it says Windows. and you need to click on where it says histogram. That clicks it off. Go back, and that brings up all your channels. Go into channel colors, and that brings your colors up. Now what we can do is we can try to blend in these colors a little bit, get them balanced out. Hit the red channel and just adjust the green. We're going to bring that red just out a little bit. See, it's changing over here. It's beginning to look nice now. Okay, now we're going to go to the green, and we're going to bring that green in just a fuzz. The green's kind of strong, and we're going to go to the blue and try to just line up that blue with us a little bit. See what here, that's pretty good. Kind of get the blue and all that lined up. Alright, then we're going to set OK, because that's about the best we're going to get it. It's got a lot of green in it. Alright, that's looking pretty good. It's dark, it's looking good. You begin to see a lot of colors in it. Actually, is looking very good. I kind of just bring this out a little bit. You can see it. Go back in. There you go. Just a little simple process in Photoshop to bring your image out and kind of get you something where you can show your friends, your family, even share it on Facebook, and it really looks good. So that's just a simple process that we can go through. Remember, this is for beginners. All you experts out there, I know there's a million ways to do it, but this is just for the people just getting started for the beginners. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, tell your friends about us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Clear skies. Hello, budget astrophotographers. Oh, that was a really good one. I'm going to clip that one for sure. Budget amigos, this is Tim with Budget Astrophotography. I can't get that out right today for some reason. Hello, budget amigos. This is Tim with Budget Astrophotography. And I kind of wanted to open up Photoshop today. This is for beginners. This is no for experts. This is for people that's, you got your first image, you got it out of deep sky stacker, and well, this is really more complicated than I thought.